Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. The show has an NL East matchup. The Atlanta Braves going up against the New York Mets. First pitch coming your way next. So just about set. And on the mound now, David Peterson. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
And that's outside.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there, and boy, umpire didn't give him the call. I bet you if he throws it again, hitter knows he's going to have to swing it.
The wind of the pitch. Fastball for a strike. Check swing, he went too far, and it's a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And it remains 2-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Next offering is downstairs.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it. The first batter of the game leaves the yard, and they jump out front. It's 1-0.
Well, we see this so much more today. Lineups with pop in the leadoff spot, and it really puts the pitcher in a tough spot out there where he has to execute right away. You can't just get over a couple of strikes to settle in, get comfortable, because at the plate, that guy's looking to do exactly what he just did. Start the game off with a huge bang.
Matt Olson stands in now and watches strike one.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
And that one fouled off.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Now this is in the air down the line. Makes the grab, one down. Here's Brian Snitker's lineup for the Braves. They're dealing with a sinker specialist on the mound, which can be a big-time challenge when he's right and working mostly from the knees down.
Well, I think the approach you take is really try to lay off of those pitches down in the zone until he gets some called strikes and then forces you to go after that pitch. Until then, make him elevated, because guys that throw those sinkers, those two-seamers, really hard for them to be effective up in the zone. Those are pitches you can hammer. And when you get a cookie, you don't want to miss it.
1 out, base is empty. Swing and a bouncer towards third. And that's a foul ball. Next offering is in for a strike. Oh, he botches it. Still manages a throw, and it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out. 2 down, base is empty. Here comes Ozuna up to the plate.
Definitely scuffling at the dish lately. Under the Mendoza line so far this month.
That's in there. That's strike one.
Boog, here's a guy at the plate. I'm expecting to have a good game. He always seems to play better in road games.
Climb the ladder with that fastball. That's strike two. Next offering misses down and away. Two down, nobody on.
That's in. Ball two.
Goes down looking. Acuna goes yard for the Braves. It's an early 1-0 lead. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And we're back. And on the hill in this one, Dylan Dodd. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just, having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
That one fouled off. High fly ball out towards left center. Verdugo sizing this one up. Drops into the glove. One up, one down. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. And perhaps part of the game plan is to get into the bullpen as early as possible. They're facing a staff that's blown a lot of games in the later innings.
Boog and his hitters, you're aware of that, but you don't want to become too relaxed and wait too late in the ball game because you never know what could happen on any given day. But with that said, even if you fall behind early, you've got a lot of confidence that this game will not be over until that final out.
Starling Marte in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit and not an easy one to throw either.
One down, base is empty. Fouls it off, still 1-2. That one inside, look out. Got him looking. That was pretty nasty.
Well, not much you can argue with there as a hitter. That pitch was dotted on the inside corner of the plate. I think even if he swings the bat, it blows him up and not really able to do anything with it anyhow. I think if you see that early, then perhaps you can pull those hands a little bit tighter and get the fat part of the bat to it. But I'd say overall, you just have to tip your cap on that one. Great execution.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Throws to second. He's in there. So runner at second, 2 down. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. He has, as they like to say...
Let me guess, Boog. Light tower power?
That's right. That's off the mark. 1-0. Man at second. That one finds the zone. And the count 1-1. And downstairs.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Soto stands at second with 2 gone. fouls one off. 2-2. Two outs. In the air, left field, down the line, and that is a foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Got him swinging. Inning over. A hit and an error in the inning, but they fail to score. We go on to inning number 2. It's the Braves 1 and the Mets nothing. Second inning set to go. And now Drake Baldwin. Peterson back to work. Just missed.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And it's through for a hit. And a good start to the inning.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate.
Ball, that's down.
Squirts away a little bit. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
First and second, no outs. Verdugo now at the plate. And
That's a
ball
ball.
1.
Counts 1-0.
Fouled off. He was late. Next offering is fouled back. First and second, no outs. Here at the top of the second. Misses
Ball
inside. 2-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Taylor brings it in with a nice running grab.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
So now to the plate for Atlanta, Michael Harris II. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. Fastball for a strike. Going 1.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
Pitch misses. And 1-1.
Boog, our man, Darryl Parker, DP, at home plate for this one. Pretty average size strike zone, but the book on him is that it sort of moves around. You can't always count on how he's going to call it from game to game.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. And And a foul ball. He stays alive. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two on, one out. Got him. That's out number 2. So up next, Nick Allen.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mound. This guy at the plate has been great hitting under pressure this year.
In there at the knees. 0-1. Two outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Popped up. Lindor snags it, and that is that. 2 left on. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Braves 1 and the Mets nothing. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now here is Brandon Nimmo. And that one fouled off. Towards first. Olsen steps on the bag and quickly one away in the second. Luis Torrens up now for the Mets. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. Just missed.
Yeah, and because he's got the big arm, he pays attention to the running game and is sure to manage it.
And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even.
When you have a catcher that can throw like that, a pitcher doesn't have to worry as much about the slide step. He can keep his mechanics intact and have a better opportunity of getting that hitter out with a swing and miss. That's one of those lookout pitches. As soon as it leaves the pitcher's hand, you start bracing for impact, knowing that it's going to be hard to get out of the way of that one.
Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Tyrone Taylor. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
Well, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
And a foul ball. Tying run is at first. Bottom half of inning number 2. And that one is inside ball 1. Just off the outside corner. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count off at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Ronnie Mauricio now. There's a swing and a drive. Bangs off the wall. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The relay. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Always exciting to see a play at the plate. Trying to score with 2 outs, but the tag just gets him in time. And they cut down the run to end the inning.
Back here at Citi Field. New inning getting started. And now the right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr. That's down and in. Next offering is in for a strike. And that's outside. Next pitch misses way outside.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Pitch is in there. 3-2 now.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Line drive.
That'll drive you crazy as a hitter if you let it. I mean, he couldn't have hit that ball more on the screws than he did, and yet he's got nothing to show for it. Hang with him. I know the feeling.
Here is Matt Olson. He's 0 for 1. Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Two outs, base is empty. Next to hit, Austin Riley. 0 for 1 so far. Outside low, and it's 1-0.
Ball 1, no strikes.
2 outs, base is empty. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Next pitch is outside, and it's 2-1. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So they go quietly there. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Braves 1 and the Mets nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the rookie second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna. And that's way high. And that is ball 1. And a foul ball.
Nope, outside.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that one in the air center field. Harris makes the catch. 1 down. Back to the top of the lineup. And now it's Frankie Lindor. Fly to left his first time. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one back there, it's gone. That's his 3rd home run of the series. It's 1-1. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. His bat looks like it's in the zone for such a long time, and that gives him the ability to get barrel on it and hit the ball out to any part of the park.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Starling Marte up now for the Mets. Right through there for a strike. Tied up here in the early going. The other way, and that's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Juan Soto now. Yeah, that's fouled off.
There's no way around it. Soto is one of the most exciting players in baseball. His hitting skills are so advanced, you'd think he'd played in Major League Baseball in a different life or something.
And there's a foul ball. Swings and lines one towards the gap. Could be extra bases. Around second is Marte. Lead runner holds at third, so two runners in scoring position and just one out.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Pete Alonso now, always a power threat. The polar bear hit his 200th career home run last season.
Yeah, and that home run came right here at Citi Field. He's the fourth fastest player in baseball history to reach 200 homers. Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
That misses the zone. Ball 2.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Just a little too quick on that front shoulder, front hip, front foot. Everything comes open. No way of making contact with that one.
Next offering is in for a strike.
That fastball, even though it's up, that's the velocity you want to go after. Low 90s, a lot better than trying to hit the high 90s.
Out to short. Throw on to Olsen. There for the out. Runner scores from third. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Grounded out his first time.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
And that misses. And that's ball 1. And that drops in for a strike. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the last half of the third. And now 1 and 2.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
Just off the outside edge. Pitch misses there. Full count, 3 and 2.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. but 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. 3 innings complete. It's the Mets 2 and the Braves 1. Back here in Queens, start of the 4th. Now it's the DH, Marcell Ozuna. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball.
You know, these Braves doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Takes it himself, and 1 gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man. Here's the catcher, Drake Baldwin. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Liner, base hit.
Now batting second baseman Ozzie.
1 down. Ozzie Albies. Next up for the Braves, a single his first time. And that is out of play. Albies in his 8th season, 28 years old, and he's a native of Curacao. And the 0-1. Little chopper rolls foul. Man at first, 1 away. Just off the outside edge. Now 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. On the ground right side, and it goes just foul. The 1-2. And that one missing inside a sharp slider.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches.
Makes the grab, 2 down.
They couldn't have asked for a better out. Makes a great play on the line drive, and they keep the runner at first. Just like that, they're almost out of the inning.
Here's Alex Verdugo. He's a guy, Chris's highlights include some of the best throws from the outfield that you will ever see. Definitely one of the best arms of the sport. Ball 1 low.
Yeah, the infielders and the catcher can never give up on a play because if this guy thinks he has a chance, he's going to throw it from the warning track if he has to.
Tying run is at first. Top half of inning number 4. Popped up. Acuna. And makes the grab. And that'll do it. So 1 hit is all they get. And midway in the 4th, it's the Mets 2 and the Braves 1. And we're back. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Luis Torrens.
Let's go, New York.
This one smacked out to left center. Harris makes a nice grab at a full sprint.
They trust him in center field because he's capable of making plays on the run, and we saw it right there. That's a player you want patrolling center field, someone who can attack the ball off the bat.
On the ground to third, and it finds its way through for a hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. So digging in, Ronnie Mauricio doubled his first time up. That one drifts inside. Fought off foul. Taylor stands at first with one out. Slider misses outside.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Snap throw to first. Taylor dives back in safely. The 2-1. And foul ball. Two now. And a breaking ball misses outside. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Luis Angel Acuna digs in now. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. Dodd keeping an eye on him. That one outside. Ball 1. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. Two outs. Inside, just missed. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. And Acuna able to make the grab. And that is that. Mets leave one as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. We go to the top of the 5th. Now in for the Braves, Michael Harris II. Peterson back to work. That one missed.
You know, these Braves just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Out towards right center field. Taylor makes a nice running catch.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Ball 1.
Rips one to right. Soto falls it in, 2 away.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. He's already homered here in this one. And takes low for ball 1. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Now batting first baseman, Matt Olson.
And now Matt Olson up to hit. 0 for 2 in this one. Now snap throw to first. Acuna dives back in. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
0-1.
The Braves trailing by a run, and we're at the top of the 5th. Pitch misses. 1-1.
Runner.
Here goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike. Throw, save.
You know, having a good lead is so key when you're stealing bases, even if you've got great speed. But if you don't have great speed, but can get an extended lead and a good jump, you can steal bases on a catcher who can really throw it. That's a nice job right there.
In the dirt. Next offering is down low.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Ground ball, Alonso. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Braves strand one, and they trail it here 2-1. Back here at Citi Field, stepping in, the slugging shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Francisco Lindor at the plate. The Mets shortstop, originally drafted by Cleveland, and a guy with some serious power and an excellent defender. Right side, hard hit. Albies over to first in time. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
Now batting designated hitter, Starling Marte.
Here's Starling Marte, 1 for 2.
Love it here at Citi Field. You know, it replaced Old Shea Stadium back in 2009, and Chipper Jones was really sad to see it go. It's actually the 3rd home of the Mets since they started out at the Polo Grounds for 2 seasons before Shea was finished. Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And now it's Juan Soto.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
That's off the inside corner. Ball 1. Swing and a foul out of play. Fouled off left side. Marte leads off first with 1 away. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. And now the count is even.
Count's full.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Dylan Dodd will depart at a decent effort considering he's normally a reliever. Back with the new pitcher in a minute. Here comes a new arm for the Braves, Spencer Schwellenbach.
Should be a good first matchup for him here. He's been doing a great job against right-handed bats so far this season. They've had a lot of trouble squaring him up.
Here's Pete Alonso. That one catches the zone. Strike one.
Now, just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
And it's fouled away. Next pitch is downstairs.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
2 outs. Close, but called a ball. And it's 2-2.
That pitch was pretty borderline at the top of the zone, and he's not digging the call out there on the mound. Clearly pretty frustrated, so he's going to have to collect himself a little.
Throw over to first. Marte dives back in. And that one is lifted in the air. Harris. That is the inning. Mets strand one. They lead it 2-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. The batter now, Austin Riley.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
And fouled off. And that one upstairs.
Well, it's been a very impressive outing so far. His command has been a big part of it. Even when he misses outside the strike zone, which is exactly what a pitcher wants.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Struck him out looking.
Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late. Gave up on it a little bit early.
Here's Marcelo Zuna. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. One down, base is empty.
No ball, 2 strikes.
That misses the zone, and it's 1-2.
2 strikes.
fly ball near the pole. That one is foul.
That was a nice bid right there to try to tie up this ball game. Just couldn't keep it from bending foul. He looked locked in on that swing. Pitcher better be careful with him right now.
And that one is downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And the next pitch is way outside. Good job to fight that one off. Laser could be trouble, and that one's going to get into the corner. Now he'll turn for second. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Just one of those at-bats you almost hate to see come to an end. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it. Now a pretty big at-bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. David Peterson won't go any further. Pretty good effort, and he exits with a lead. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we get back. Taking over on the mound for the Mets, Clay Holmes.
Pretty big spot he's coming into, trying to strand that runner at second base. So he's going to need to make some quality pitches. He does have first open if he needs to use it.
Now the catcher up to hit, Drake Baldwin. He's 2 for 2. Ball 1, no strikes. And that one missing low. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Daniel Nunez up and loosening in the pen. Stanek, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Center field. Squeezes it. 2 down.
Up next for Atlanta, second baseman Ozzie Albies.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
There's a strike, 95 of that one. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. That missed by a lot, and it's 1-1. And there's a ball. That's down and in.
That's a really good take.
Alex Verdugo in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Runner at second, 2 down. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Walks out of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum very quickly. They're in some hot water trying to protect this lead.
So up next, Alex Verdugo. Close one, doesn't get the call. 1-0.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
That's too low. And that's ball 2.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Ball 3.
Michael Harris the second in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And that drops in for a strike. Ozuna over at second. Albies on at first with 2 down. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. And they're all loaded up.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way on.
So bases all loaded up. And next for Atlanta, Michael Harris the second. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
And that one fouled off. So they're all loaded up with 2 outs. This one is blasted. A no-doubter. Grand slam. He shoots one out to right. It's 5-2.
One big swing, and that turns the tables on this one. And when you come to the plate with the bases loaded and you've got some pop, you know it's hard not to think about the chance to hit a grand slam. And that can be a trap sometimes, but not right here. He seized the opportunity, put a great swing on it, and now they're working with the lead.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Clay Holmes departs. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. Reed Garrett will take over here.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So 2 down, Nick Allen. Next up for the Braves. First pitch just misses. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The 1-1. Outside.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That one finds the zone. And a count now even up. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. But they leave their mark on the inning as we get another look at the grand slam. It's now 5-2. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here in Queens, bottom of the 6th. Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Up and in, and it's 1-0. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Pierce Johnson preparing to come on if needed. Montero getting loose as well. Called strike right there.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
And that's a strike. Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
And now, Luis Torrens. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Runner at first with no outs here. Swing and a ball popped up. Riley makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Up next for the Mets, center fielder
Tyrone Taylor will hit next. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. And that one fouled off.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
Just missed.
The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
Let's go, New York.
Headed towards the corner. Acuna on the run. Won't get to this one. It drops foul. And that's downstairs and outside. The Braves leading by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Full count now. Pickoff throw. Tag. And he's picked off.
Unless you're really thinking about stealing second base, you should not get picked off by a right-handed pitcher right there.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Two down, nobody on. And down on strikes. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Mets go down quickly, and the deficit remains 5-2. And we're back. Top of inning number 7. And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. Garrett, in his second season, 32 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2018. Fastball for a strike. Left field. He dives, but he can't make the catch. The throw in, not in time. That's a leadoff double. Here's Matt Olson. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the top half of inning number 7.
That's a ball.
Little trouble with this one behind the plate. Safe at third, moves up on the pass ball.
Well, that right there looked like a cross-up behind the plate. Maybe something to do with changing the signs with a runner on second. That, or he just boxed it. Either way, this guy's up to third with nobody out. Good opportunity here.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here's the pitch to Olsen. Swing and a ball popped up. Lindor hauls it in for the out.
Now batting third baseman, Austin Riley.
Here is Austin Riley. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout.
This is all about situational hitting. It's crucial in this spot. Do whatever it takes to put the ball in play, and hopefully you find a gap in the defense.
This one smoked out to left. Makes the catch. Runner tags from third. He'll score the sac fly, and they lead by 4.
Good piece of hitting right there. He's thinking off the bat, that's getting down for extra bases, but nice job of the outfielder running it down, making the catch. Still comes away with the sac fly, though, RBI.
Swing and a ground ball, and it's through for a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
2 outs, runner at first. Drake Baldwin next up for the Braves. And ball 1. Swing and a line drive ripped right center field. Pulls up on it, and that's a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
Albies, the next to hit, takes outside.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
Ozuna, the lead runner at second. Baldwin at first. 2 out of the inning. Just missed. Next offering is downstairs. Alex Verdugo on deck for Atlanta. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. another payoff pitch. And that'll load the bases.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. A game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
Here's the left fielder, Alex Verdugo. And that is downstairs. And that's ball one. Two outs. Late that time, and it's strike two.
That split is a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand, looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
That one the other way. Brings it in for the third out. So they get one, but end up leaving the bases loaded. Seventh inning stretch time. Braves 6, and the Mets 2. Back here at Citi Field. Now the batter now, Ronnie Mauricio.
Leading off for the Mets, third baseman, Ronnie Mauricio.
That one finds the zone. Strike one. In the air, left side. One away.
Now batting, second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna.
Here's the second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna. And first offering is fouled off. Ball one there. The Mets down by 4 here at the bottom of the 7th. And a slider misses down and away. That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. And out of here. He'll circle the bases. It's 6-3. Chris, we knew this moment was coming for him soon.
Yep, and it finally came. We knew it was only a matter of time before he was going to connect with one just like that. Just too good of a hitter at the plate. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
One out, base is empty. Francisco Lindor up now for the Mets. Cracks his bat and pops him up. Allen right there to make the grab. And there's 2 away.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter. And a tough one at that.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Albies makes the play, and it's out number 3. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. And they've doubled up now. It's 6-3. Back after this on the show.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Huascar Brazoban.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
Harris leading things off and takes a strike. Foul ball. Oh, and 2 now. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. In time. And a drop third strike leads to the first out.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
And now Nick Allen. 0 for 3 in this one. First pitch misses. Activity in the bullpen. Dedniel Nunez, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Stanek warming up as well. One down, base is empty. Check swing, called strike. And it is 2-1. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. And he chases that one below the zone. Gets to it, on to first, gets the out, 2 down after the strikeout.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
And now it's Ronald Acuna Jr. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the first inning.
Yeah, Boog, he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
Ground ball up the middle, and that chance handled. Gets it to first. That's out number 3. Braves go down quickly here, but they still lead it 6-3. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Pierce Johnson.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than 1 hit per inning pitch so far this season.
Here's Juan Soto.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here, on your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
In the dirt, and that's ball 1. Movement in the Atlanta bullpen. Raisel Iglesias getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Lifted in the air, right center field. Acuna has it sized up. He's there. He's got it. And there's 1 down.
The first baseman, Pete Alonso.
And here's the first baseman, Pete Alonso. Off the mark there. And that is ball 1. Johnson, he's got some good and some bad. The positive is he doesn't walk very many guys. But, Chris, the problem is that he is prone to giving up some homers. Johnson fires. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Verdugo gets under it, pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
And it's flip a coin, because the good thing is that you can bring a guy like this in with the bases loaded and not worry about walking in a run. But on the other side, if he gives up one of those homers, it counts for 4.
Oh, and 1.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. There's a swing and a miss.
0-2 is the count.
And that one is downstairs. 1-2 the count.
0-2 curve right there. Hitter kind of expects that, and good job of just showing that confidence and trying to get back into this count.
Next offering is in the dirt.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Just misses with that one.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Got him. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Mets. And can't cut into that 6-3 deficit. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the ninth, and now the first baseman, Matt Olson. Razoban back to work. Ball 1, no strikes. Action in the Mets bullpen. Edwin Diaz getting loose out there. And the 1-0. Swing and a pop-up. Foul out of play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Next offering is in for a strike.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at-bat.
Hit in the air, left field. Nimmo under this one. And there's one down.
Now batting third base.
Here comes Austin Riley.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
In the air, center field. Taylor sizes this one up, makes the grab for the second out.
Now batting the designated hitter, Marcel Ozuna.
2 down, bases empty. Marcell Ozuna next up for the Braves. Way upstairs, 1-0. And another ball. Next offering in there for a strike. 2 balls and a strike.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
Here's a 2-1. That one is upstairs.
1 strike.
Two down, nobody on. And that's in for a strike. And the count is filled up. And that's a base hit.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
So a man at first. Drake Baldwin getting ready to hit. That one missing inside. And that's in for a strike.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
2 outs.
Ball. Down.
Squirts away a little bit. Next offering is fouled back. Ozuna off of first with 2 away. Just off the outside edge.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Got him looking. That K is his 3rd of the game. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. 6, 7, 8 scheduled to start the bottom of the 9th. Braves 6 and the Mets 3. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Raisel Iglesias.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
Luis Torrens now at the plate. Right through there for a strike. That misses, and a count 1-2. Cut on and miss, struck him out. 1 out.
Well, I think he was waiting on the changeup right there, and he got it. It just drifted too far in on him. I think that pitch is just a little more out over the plate. Probably squares it up, but instead, he's going to have to go take a seat.
Taylor stands in now, looks at that one inside. The Mets trailing by 3. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. And that one hit to first. He takes it on his own, and they're down to their last out.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
Third baseman,
Ronnie Mauricio up now for the Mets. 1 for 3. That one off the mark. Ball 1. The Braves trying to close out a 3-run lead here in the last half of inning number 9. Just missed. Now a screamer into the outfield. That's the ball game.
Sometimes it takes just getting away from home. Players can sort of come together, connect a little bit more than they do when they're at home with their families, and that can breed to success on the field, as we saw in this game today. Excellent win by this team.
6-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.